Louisiana just passed wholesale regulation House Bill 468, also known as the Wholesale Integrity Act. And it's one of the most significant wholesaling bills passed in 2026. Similar to other state regulations, there are disclosure requirements and seller rights to cancel, but Louisiana is the first state to require a minimum earnest money deposit. So if you wholesale in Louisiana or plan to, this video will explain everything you need to know coming up.
For a limited time, you can get a free copy of Jerry Norton's Wholesaler Contract Pack with all the contracts you need to flip houses without risk. Claim your free copy at wholesalecontracts.com.
As the nation's leading expert on wholesaling, I've been tracking wholesale regulations since 2018. Now be sure to get the latest report, which outlines all of the different regulations state by state, including Louisiana. To download that free report, go to wholesaleregulations.com. I also maintain wholesale compliant contracts that I also give away for free. To get the latest version, including the new Louisiana updates, go to wholesalecontracts.com. All right, Louisiana HB 468 was passed unanimously in both chambers and is awaiting the governor's signature, but it looks like it will become effective August 1st, 2026. Now, there are 5 significant requirements you must know and adhere to, but before we dive in, let me get this out of the way. The law and all of the requirements applies to any form of monetizing equitable interest. That includes novations and double closings. In the definition of wholesaling, it defines wholesaling as securing, negotiating, or facilitating the purchase or sale of residential real property with the purpose of transferring, assigning, or selling a contractual right to purchase or any other equitable interest in the residential real property for financial gain. The marketing for sale of the contractual rights or other equitable interest constitutes a presumption that the person or entity marketing or selling the rights or interest is engaged in wholesaling. But Louisiana took it a step further and is the first state to specifically include double closings in the definition of wholesaling. It says simultaneously consummating or closing 2 separate transactions relative to the same residential real property, including one transaction with the original owner and another transaction with the end buyer, without the purchaser providing all of the funds needed to close the sale transaction with the original owner, and without the intent to reside in, occupy, or otherwise materially improve the residential real property. So let's discuss the 5 big requirements under SB 468. First, there is now a mandatory disclosure of intent to wholesale. If you're entering into a purchase agreement with the intention of assigning or selling your contractual interest, that intent must be disclosed to the seller. The purpose is to ensure sellers understand they may not be dealing with the ultimate end buyer. Now, this is something that I've been disclosing for a long time, even if it's not required by law. Here's the language I have in my contracts that is now required in Louisiana. Seller acknowledges and understands that buyer is purchasing an equitable interest in the property and may assign, transfer, convey, market, advertise, or otherwise sell buyer's contractual rights or equitable interest in the property to another party. Seller understands that buyer may receive compensation, consideration, assignment fees, profits, or other financial benefits arising from the assignment, transfer, conveyance, or sale of buyer's contractual rights or equitable interest. Seller further understands that the ultimate purchaser of the property may be a party other than the buyer. Now, the good news is nowhere in the statute does it require that this disclosure be a separate document. So as long as it's in your purchase contract, you are compliant. The second mandate is the sellers have an irrevocable 5 calendar days after execution of the purchase agreement to cancel the contract for any reason. The law requires you provide a specific written cancellation disclosure and include the cancellation form prepared by the Louisiana Real Estate Commission.
Find deals faster with PropWire. Search properties, skip trace owners, and get lead alerts. Download the PropWire app on the App Store or Google Play Store for free.
And since this part is specific just to Louisiana, I created a rider to include with my standard purchase and sale contract that covers this requirement. Here's what it says. Seller has the right to cancel the agreement for any reason within 5 calendar days after execution of the agreement at any time before 11:59 p.m. of, and then you put the date, by providing written notice of cancellation to buyer. Wholesaler cannot ask you to sign or have you sign any cash sale, conveyance, or deed or any other document until your right to cancel this contract has ended. Seller acknowledges receipt of the Louisiana Notice of Cancellation form attached to this rider. Now, the Louisiana REC hasn't put out yet the mandatory cancellation form as of this recording, so by the time the law goes into effect, hopefully we can download that form. Now, the third mandate is you can no longer record a lien, privilege, mortgage, or any other encumbrance against the property to force a seller to perform or to prevent them from accepting another offer. Now, this directly targets the practice of filing documents that make it difficult for a seller to transfer title, and I've been telling wholesalers to stop clouding title for some time now, and we're seeing more and more states prevent wholesalers from doing it. I did a video which explains how to prevent sellers from going around you without filing the memo. I'll put the link to that video in the description below. The fourth mandate is restrictions on misrepresentation. Now, this should go without saying, but wholesalers cannot represent themselves as advisors or consultants unless licensed to do so. Wholesalers cannot misrepresent their credentials or use deceptive trade practices in connection with wholesale transactions. Do not refer to yourself as some kind of specialist and do not give legal or financial advice. Now, in my contract, I refer to this as principal capacity, and I have specific language that says the following. Buyer is acting solely as a principal and prospective purchaser in this transaction. Buyer is not acting as seller's real estate broker, real estate agent, attorney, financial advisor, tax advisor, consultant, fiduciary, or representative unless separately agreed upon in writing. Seller acknowledges buyer is not listing, advertising, or marketing the property on behalf of the seller, but may market buyer's contractual interest in this agreement as a principal. Okay, finally, I saved the best or worst for last. Louisiana is the first state to require a minimum earnest money deposit of 1% of the purchase price. So if your contract is for $100,000, the earnest money must be $1,000. Now, the funds must be held in a Louisiana escrow account or by the seller, which I would not do. The reason for this requirement is to eliminate what Louisiana calls risk-free contracts, where wholesalers tie up properties with little or no money at risk. Now, this is also something I've been talking about for some time. No more $10 earnest money contracts. Now, I did a video that explains how to use earnest money to strengthen your offer. I'll put the video link in the description below for you to watch later. Now, let's talk about logistics with earnest money. The statute does not state that earnest money is non-refundable, so any contingencies in your contract would still apply. It also does not specify a time frame to deposit the earnest money, so here's how I'm going to handle it. I don't want to deposit earnest money during the first 5 days when the seller can cancel for any reason. So in my contract, I'm going to put that the earnest money is due within 24 hours after the seller's 5-day right to cancel period has ended. Here's what I added to the rider. Buyer shall deposit the earnest money deposit required by Louisiana law within 24 hours after expiration of seller's statutory 5-day cancellation period. If seller timely cancels the agreement during such period, buyer shall have no obligation to deposit the earnest money deposit. Okay, now let's talk about repercussions and enforcement. The statute specifically says, failure to include any of the required disclosures or any other violation shall render the contract or written agreement involving wholesaling immediately voidable and terminable at the time prior to transfer of title of the residential real property by the seller at the seller's sole discretion. So not only is your contract invalid and unenforceable, but HB 468 gives the Louisiana Real Estate Commission authority to investigate violations and impose penalties. Violations may also be treated as unfair trade practices. Civil penalties can reach $5,000 per violation. So I would take this law seriously if I were you. Now, how do I feel about this new law? Honestly, I'm all for it. This law will eliminate the fly-by-night wholesalers who use $10 earnest money contracts, hide their interest to assign, tie up properties with no real financial commitment, and use aggressive tactics against sellers. If you're a legitimate wholesaler, you should have no problem using written disclosures, opening escrow, depositing real earnest money, not clouding title, and being honest and transparent with sellers. In my opinion, this law helps legitimize the industry and eliminates the bad actors. Having said that, regulation is changing the landscape of wholesaling. So if you want to not just survive but thrive, watch this next video that explains what changes you need to make to be successful going forward. Watch that now, and I'll see you on the next video.